Great morning, great morning, great morning. Welcome to Passionate Pursuit of Manifested Purposes Ministries. I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to come on in. Come on in. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me share the broadcast. Okay. Hey. Make sure that you share. Hold on. Good morning. Who's here this morning? Hey, Jackie, how are you? Gorgeous. Good to see you. Who else is here this morning? Let me know who's here. Oh, it's a word today, y'all. It is a word today. I'm excited about this message. Y'all listen, I don't know what God is doing, but he's doing something, okay? Hey, Stacy, good morning. I love it. Let me share it to these groups and knock it out. Yes, y'all. Yes. Okay, y'all. Are y'all ready for today's word? Now listen, I cannot make any promises as to where today goes. I can't tell you we're going to end up here. I can't tell you any of that because I will be honest with you. I don't know exactly what God is getting ready to do today. But let me say this. He's getting ready to do something, right? I'm super excited for today. You know, as I was thinking about, hey, Corey, how are you? Gorgeous. As I was thinking about the word and what am I going to say, and God says, this is what I want you to talk about. I said, excuse me, you want me to talk about what? So, we decided, that this whole journey that we're on, okay, this journey that we're on, and know that the journey is real, know that the journey is serious, but also know that the journey has purpose. And today we're gonna talk about that purpose and how we walk out our purpose, because I want to talk to y'all about something. So let me tell you where we're going to go. Okay. So we're going to go. Are y'all ready? We're going to the book of Ruth. And we're going to go to Ruth chapter 3, and we're going to talk about 3 and 4. I'm going to read some of the scriptures. I'm really telling y'all the story, okay? So I have a very narrative preaching style. I like for y'all to hear the story, okay? Because sometimes we need to hear the story, because the story makes it real for us. The story brings it to life for us. We need the story. So I'm going to tell the story so that we can get what it is that God is saying. Hold on a second, you guys. Hold on. Let me see something. Because it seems like can y'all see and hear me clearly? Can y'all see and hear me clearly? Trying to talk. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Good. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Listen, I need y'all to share the broadcast. Follow the yellow brick road. Hey, we're getting ready to go on a journey. All right, prophetess. Hey, Chicago in the house. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be working from actually two devices, you guys. So just know that I am navigating both. Okay. So today we are going to be talking about the book of Ruth, and the title of today's message is Follow the Yellow Brick Road. Follow the Yellow Brick Road. Now I want y'all to stay with me because I promise you God just dropped something in my spirit this morning and I have to share it. So we're going to go to Ruth chapter 3. We're going to go to Ruth chapter 3. Let me share. Tab. Okay, great morning. Okay. Oh, I see why the other time it didn't share the audio of the video. I see there's a button I have to push. Okay. Great morning, great morning, great morning. So we're in the book of Ruth. We're in the book of Ruth. We're talking about following the Yellow Brick Road. Now, y'all are going to get this. It's going to make sense. Just bear with me for just a minute. So in the book of Ruth, in chapter 3, let me scroll down. Now, listen. Follow the Yellow Brick Road. Ruth chapter 3. Okay, so I want y'all to listen now. Listen, Linda, listen. Y'all got to listen. It says, one day Naomi said to Ruth, my daughter, it's time that I have found a permanent home for you so that you will be provided for. Boaz is a close relative of ours, and he's been very kind by letting you gather grain with his young women. Tonight he will be winnowing barley at the threshing floor. Now do as I tell you. Take a bath and put on perfume and dress in your nicest clothes. Then go to the threshing floor, but don't let Boaz see you until he's finished eating and drinking. Be sure to notice where he lies down, then go, uncover his feet, and lie down there. He will tell you what to do. So, I will do everything you say, Ruth replied. So she went down to the threshing floor that night and followed the instructions of her mother-in-law. After Boaz had finished eating and drinking and was in good spirits, he lay down at the far end of the pile of grain and went to sleep. Then Ruth came quietly, uncovered his feet, and lay down. Around midnight, Boaz suddenly woke up and turned over. He was surprised to find a woman lying at his feet. Who are you? He asked. I am your servant Ruth, she replied. Spread the corner of your covering over me, for you are my family redeemer. The Lord bless you, my daughter, Boaz exclaimed. You are showing even more family loyalty now than you did before, for you have not gone after a younger man, whether rich or poor. Now, don't worry about a thing, my daughter. I will do what is necessary, for everyone in town knows you are a virtuous woman. But while it's true that I am one of your family redeemers, there's another man who is more closely related to you than I am. Stay here tonight, and in the morning I will talk to him. If he is willing to redeem you, very well. Let him marry you. But if he is not willing, then as surely as the Lord lives, I will redeem you myself. Now lie down here until morning. So Ruth lay at Boaz's feet until the morning, but she got up before it was light enough for people to recognize each other. For Boaz had said, no one must know that a woman was here at the threshing floor. Then Boaz said to her, bring your cloak and spread it out. He measured 6 scoops of barley into the cloak and placed it on her back. Then he returned to town. When Ruth went back to her mother-in-law, Naomi asked, what happened, my daughter? Ruth told Naomi everything Boaz had done for her, and she added, he gave me these 6 scoops of barley and said, don't go back to your mother-in-law empty-handed. Then Naomi said to her, just be patient, my daughter, until we hear what happens. The man won't rest until he has settled things today. Ooh, y'all. Listen, y'all. Ooh, that sounds like some soap opera stuff. See, this is what I don't understand. When people think about the Bible, and I can remember being like this, when I would think about the Bible, I would think, oh, it's boring. Ooh, y'all, that is a whole situation. Listen, we often think that what it is that God has for us, that it's going to like drop out of the sky. But what we see here clearly is that Naomi told Ruth, follow the yellow brick road. Now, what is the yellow brick road? It is the road that leads you to your final destination. See, Ruth had been incredibly faithful to Naomi and the family. She didn't leave Naomi by herself like her sister-in-law did. Okay, Orpah left. Orpah was like, oh, I'm going with you. And then she's like, nah, I'm going home. But Ruth didn't do that. Ruth could have easily stayed with her family. You know, she was not a Hebrew, but she was married to a Hebrew. Now, she had suffered loss. All of the women had suffered loss. Their husbands had died. And so now Ruth decided that what she was going to do was she was going to stay with her mother-in-law, Naomi, who was in a not good place. And clearly Ruth saw this. Ruth saw this and she knew this. And Ruth said, listen, I won't leave you. Wherever you go, I go. Your people will be my people. You know, she said, listen, I'm going with you. I'm down with you, Naomi. And Naomi said, okay, girl, if you're going, okay, I hear you. But listen, I don't have no more sons for you. And I'm not going to have a son. And if I did have a son, he would be way too young. You would be too old by the time he was of age to marry. But Ruth said, in her youth, in her beauty, in her prime, I don't care about that. I'm going with you. Now, she didn't know that Boaz was there waiting for her. She didn't know that Boaz would show up. She didn't know that. All she knew was that she was going with Naomi. She was determined that she was going to follow the yellow brick road wherever it may lead. Now, listen, in the Wizard of Oz, you know, they're trying to get to the Wiz. The Wiz is the one with all the answers to whatever their problem was, right? And so, you know, they decided that they were going to follow the yellow brick road to get to the Wiz, the one who had the answers, the one who could provide them with what it was they needed. For Dorothy, it was to be able to go home. For the lion, it was his courage. For the Tin Man, it was his heart. You understand? For the Scarecrow, it was his brain. All of them needed something different, but they knew if they followed a yellow brick road, the yellow brick road to the Wiz, then they could get to what they needed. Ruth went with Naomi, not with an expectation of getting something at the end of the yellow brick road. Ruth went with Naomi, not with an agenda other than just to be with Naomi, to listen to Naomi, to do what Naomi said, to not leave Naomi out there on her own by herself. That was her agenda. But Naomi said, listen, your faithfulness will be rewarded. Now, listen, this is what I want you to do. Now, this didn't start in chapter 3. This started before chapter 3, when Naomi told her to go glean in Boaz's field. You see, Naomi was a wise woman, and Naomi knew that Boaz was a kinsman redeemer, right? Now, she said, listen, if you're going to be with me, I might as well help you get a husband that's going to be able to provide for you. You deserve that, right? So let me tell you what to do. First, I want you to go glean in Boaz's field. Ruth went to glean in the field. Like, all she knows is she's going to glean because they need food, right? She's helping to provide for the household. That's where her mind is. Her mind was not on getting a man. She wasn't looking at Boaz like that. She was simply gleaning in the field. She wasn't searching. She wasn't hunting. She wasn't sending up flare signals. She wasn't on the dating app and he happened to show up and that showed that that was his location. And so she went over there. It was not that. It was simply, she was going to a relative's field to glean so that they could have food. Now, in the midst of her gleaning, nobody could out-glean Ruth. Nobody could out-glean. Ruth was out there gathering up. So much so that she garnered Boaz's attention. It was in her work that he saw her. It was in her servitude that he saw her. It was in her faithfulness that he saw her. You see, he had already seen her demonstrate characteristics that he knew were important to him. Faithfulness, a willingness to work. She was committed. She was dedicated. Listen, he said, who is that out there? They said, who? That young woman over there, gleaning in the field. Oh, that's Naomi's daughter-in-law. She comes and gleans after, everything is done. He said, listen, leave some extra for her. Leave some extra so that she can pick it up and doesn't have to struggle with finding stuff. So that's exactly what they did. They left some extra, and she would pick up the extra, and she would go home with no idea that Boaz had even seen her. None. Wasn't even on her mind nor her agenda, right? So she goes home, and she's at home, and Naomi is talking to her, and she says, listen, daughter, it's time. And I'm going to help you. This is what I want you to do. And she gave her step-by-step instructions. Let's talk about these instructions for a minute, because I want y'all to catch this both in the spirit and in the natural. And this is not a message just for women. This message is also for the men. I want y'all to hear something. There's a lesson in here that God teaches us, right? This is not just about women. There's a lesson here that God teaches us. Let me share real quick again, and you guys will see what I'm talking about. Okay, so let me go back up. Ooh, y'all, I'm telling you, this is why I love the Bible, baby. It's like the whole soap opera. Okay, so let's go up here. All right, so here we go. Now, first of all, Naomi done told Ruth, it's time for me to find you a permanent home so that you'll be provided for. Then she tells him, okay, Boaz is a relative. He's been very kind by letting you gather grain. That's a good sign. Tonight, he's got plans, and I want you to go where he is, right? Now, do as I tell you. What's the first thing she told her to do? Take a bath. Bathe. Bathe, girl. Take a bath and put on perfume. What? And dress in your nicest clothes. Now listen to me, y'all. Listen to me. Naomi told her, take a bath, put on some perfume, and put on your nicest dress. Take a bath, put on perfume, and put on your nicest dress. Put on your red dress and your high heels and some of that sweet perfume. It sure smells good on you. Come on. Naomi told her, listen, I want you to be prepared for him to see you. And I'm going to situate you in such a way that not only will he see you, he will smell you, right? He's going to see you. He's going to smell you. Like he's going to say, what is that smell? That smells good. So she told her, first of all, take care of your personal appearance. Take care of y'all need to stop thinking you gonna get a husband or a wife and you out here in these streets looking raggedy all the time. What are you doing? What are you doing? No, you've got to take care of yourself. And listen, I'm gonna tell you something. People, because we have a tendency to want to fall off when we're married, right? When we get married, we don't do what we used to do. We don't necessarily take care of ourselves like we used to take care of ourselves. But you can't even do that in marriage, y'all. In marriage, you still need to look good. You still need to smell good. Not because you're afraid that that person is going to go out somewhere and do something else, but because you want to look good and smell good for your husband or your wife. You want to maintain the spark, the fire, the energy. So when we don't do those things, we make it easier for there to be additional challenges in our relationship. Just with the spark dying out, you're not as exciting. It's not like it was, right? But you want to keep that same energy. Y'all know that's the saying now. Oh, keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. Well, I want you to keep the same energy you had when you were working to get your mate that you have once you have your mate. Okay? Keep that same energy. that you want them to look at you and be like, ooh, baby, you look good. Ooh, baby, you smell good. Ooh, baby, you so smart. Ooh, baby, I love the way you work, babe. I love the way you work. You want to keep that work ethic you had. You want to keep those things intact, right? So that's the first thing she told her. She said, listen, I want you to bathe, put on your perfume, and put on your best, nicest dress. And then this is what I want you to do. She said, Boaz is going to be at the threshing floor. Okay. He's going to be winnowing barley at the threshing floor. Now, this is what I want you to do. Okay. Bathe, put on your perfume and dress in your nicest clothes. Then I want you to go to the threshing floor. Okay. But don't let him see you until he's finished eating and drinking. Okay. I want you to be there, but don't let him see you. Right. Be sure to notice where he lies down. And then after he's laid down, I want you to go uncover his feet. And I want you to lie at his feet, which was symbolic of submission, right? And then he will tell you what to do. Now, Ruth said this, I will do everything you say. Now listen, Ruth knew that there was something about Naomi's wisdom that she needed. There was something about Naomi's wisdom that she needed. And so that's exactly what she did. She followed the wisdom of Naomi. She listened to the wisdom of this older woman. See, she was already on the yellow brick road and she began to go further down the road at Naomi's guidance. Naomi said, listen, go do this, then do this. Then he will tell you what to do next. He'll tell you what to do. He'll tell you everything to do. And that's exactly what happened. The next morning, Boaz woke up. He discovered this woman at his feet. What in the world is going on? Who is this laying at my feet? What's going on? Is it getting ready to be a scandal? What's going on? And Ruth told him who she was. And after she told him who she was, then Boaz was like, oh, wow. Well, you listen, you've already shown your dedication and commitment to family. And listen, I will redeem you. But there's one closer than me. And so I have to follow the processes and the procedures to see if he desires you for his wife. Now, if he doesn't desire you as his wife, listen, I'm going to redeem you. I got you. But if he does, I have to give him that first right of refusal, right? And Ruth said, whatever you say, sir. And she went to Naomi. And check this out. This says a lot about a man. Boaz said, listen, I'm going to send you off, and I'm going to send you off early enough so that your reputation isn't tainted because you're known as a virtuous woman. Everybody knew that Ruth was a virtuous woman, right? He said, so I'm going to make sure that your virtue is not stained because you were here, okay? So he protected her reputation. He protected her reputation, right? So not only did he say, I will redeem you, but he said, but I'm going to protect your reputation. And then not only did he protect her reputation, he didn't send her off empty-handed. Let me tell y'all something. My head is itching, but let me tell y'all something. Pay attention to how people treat you. Women, when men are not concerned about your reputation or protecting your reputation, and they're willing to send you off empty-handed, that is generally a sign of a man who is all about him. He's about him, right? And you've got to know that if a man is all about him in the beginning, he's going to be all about him during and after. Okay? This man, Boaz, was not like that. Boaz wasn't like that. He was concerned about her reputation. He wanted to follow through on the family commitment. He wanted to protect her, her reputation. He wanted to make, even before she was at his feet, he wanted to provide for her, leave some extra for her so she didn't have to work so hard. Leave some extra for her. Leave some extra so she doesn't have to glean so hard, so she doesn't have to work so hard. Leave some extra lying there so that when she showed up at his feet, my God, he said, okay, okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to check with him to see if he'll redeem you. And if he doesn't, I'm redeeming you, right? But I want to make sure that I protect your name and your reputation. And I want to make sure that you don't leave me empty-handed and return to Naomi empty-handed. So here, 6 scoops of barley in her cloak. She went back to Naomi and told Naomi what happened. Now listen, for those people who say that, oh, things just happen. Sometimes they do. But let me give you some wisdom. There is wisdom in positioning yourself so something can happen in your life, right? And I'm not talking about manipulation. I'm not talking about coercion. I'm not talking about forcing anyone to do anything. That's not what I'm talking about. But listen, when you show up bathed, smelling good, looking cute as a woman, you're saying, I value me. I take pride in me. No man wants a woman who's not going to take pride in her. Not to say that you got to be dressed up with a full face of makeup all the time, because truth be told, most of these men don't even really like makeup. They don't like it, okay? Now, that's just the truth of the matter. Most men don't really like makeup, okay? I'm just telling you what they tell me, right? You don't have to have fake lashes. You don't have to have fake hair. You don't have to do any of that, right? Most men are not into that the way that we as women think that we are, right? Or think that we need to be, or think that they are. But there's power in our femininity that shows up in extra ways when we are fresh bathed, when we have on some perfume that just smells good, when we look nice, right? That allows a man to not only see us, but to smell us. Men are moved by their eyes and their noses, right? Eyes and their noses. See, that's why when they say the way to a man's heart is through his belly, it's not in the tasting of the food. First, he got to smell it. It is in the smell. It is in the smell. Pheromones, I'm telling you. And see, when we miss that, then we miss a piece of the puzzle. Now, Naomi didn't say, go sex him down. That ain't what she said. She said, just show up. Bathe, smelling good, looking good. Wait till he eat, girl. Let him get full. Let him have his little drinks and stuff. Let him lay down. Didn't see where he lay down at. Go lay at his feet. Ultimate sign of submission, to lay at a man's feet. You see, another way we miss it. We so busy sometimes being bosses that we want to use the skill set that allows us to be successful in the workplace, in our relationships, and they don't work. We want to use the skill set that allows us to be successful in the workplace, in our relationships, and it doesn't work. Listen, you can't bring that energy into your home, into your relationship. You need a different energy, right? You need a different energy. You need that feminine energy to show up in your relationships. You need that feminine energy to show up with a man. You need that feminine energy. We must be willing to submit to our man of God. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't mean you got to bow down to every man, right? but you got to be able to submit to your man, you know, and you got to have a man that is strong enough that it makes you want to submit, honey. Listen, it should not have to be forced. If it is forced, that probably is not the man for you. If you got to force it, then, hey, he might not be the one. Because let me tell you something. There's certain male energy that as a woman, even as a strong woman, it make you go, you stop roaring. And I'm a lion. I'm like, rah! But there's certain male energy that produces a purr. What is that? That is that strong alpha male energy that it takes to deal with an alpha female. And listen, I know. You, absolutely, Jackie. I know that when you are a strong woman, a lot of times we want to think that, you know, well, no man is going to tell me what to do. No man. And it's not about that, because I'm telling you, the right man, I promise you, he will not take advantage of your submission. In fact, he will spend less time telling you what to do, and you will probably spend more time deciding what to do together. But the thing is, at the end of the day, when it comes to that final say, he wants that final say. Give him the final say. Say what you got to say, but baby, listen, we're going to go with whatever you decide. Now, I don't know who this is for, but it's for somebody. This is for somebody. Just a purr. Like you just purr. Like a whole kitten. Just purr. All of the line in you that still rises back up when you go back out into the world, and will rise up if you need to protect your family. With that man, though, you just be like, just purring, right? Now, man, this is significant for you. This is significant for you because I need you to understand. This is why it's so important for you not to mistreat and abuse a woman who comes to you and is open to submission. Because listen, you can make it difficult for the next man, right? Because now she's had a bad experience, and now she's like, see, this is why I don't. This is why. Now, listen, women, I'm not giving you an excuse or an out, but because you had a bad experience with one man doesn't mean that every man is going to be exactly the same. The key is that you got to submit to the right man, you know, just not just any man, the right man, right? And that man will get it. He'll get you. He'll understand you. He won't try to take advantage of you. Like, it won't be just about him. It'll be about what's going to be best for both of you. He will protect you. He'll protect you, your name, your honor, your virtue. He will make sure that you don't walk away empty-handed. He's going to make sure that you know that he's got you, that he will provide for you. You'll know that. Right? And you'll know that he's willing to redeem you. What does that mean? Boaz basically told her, listen, I'm going to wife you. If he doesn't want to make you his wife, I'm going to wife you. You're wife material. You're wife material. You're not a booty call. You're not just something to do for me. Right? You're someone that, yeah, you know, we can do some great things together. And they absolutely did. I want you to think about this because I need you to understand the importance of following the yellow brick road for your life, right? The importance is, what if Ruth didn't go with Naomi? If Ruth didn't go with Naomi, she never would have met Boaz, okay? If she hadn't followed Naomi's instructions, she might not have ever ended up as Boaz's wife. You understand? If she hadn't ended up as Boaz's wife, they would not have had Obed. If they didn't have Obed, who would have had, Jesse to produce David, to produce. Do you see the whole lineage of Christ was in the obedience of Ruth? My God. Now I want somebody to catch that. Listen, the obedience of Ruth produced the lineage through which the Messiah would come. Because she went to the threshing floor. She had taken a bath, smelled good, looked good. Let him eat and drink, and then laid at his feet, following the instructions of Naomi. Listen, where are the women, the Naomis? The Naomis who are able to give younger women guidance in how to position themselves for that man to see them. Not just any man, but that man. You know, the one you really want to see you. Where are the Naomis who will tell you real talk? Listen, honey, this is what you need to do. Where are the Ruths who are listening to the wisdom of the elders? Now, Naomi didn't have a husband at the time. Her husband was dead. Her sons were dead. She had been in a place of bitterness and depression. In fact, it was Ruth that probably kept her alive. But after, there was a huge blessing for Naomi. And her joy was restored to her. You see, Naomi could have been all about her, but she wasn't. She wasn't all about her. And God blessed her, even in the midst of everything that transpired. You don't know what's tied and who's tied to your destiny. But I'm telling you, it's time for you to follow your yellow brick road. It is time for you to seek God for guidance and for someone in your life who will help guide you on the journey to your destiny. If you're single, to your mate. If you're married and struggling, to that restoration. If you're married and you're happy, to that continued joy. It's not rocket science, but it's necessary. It's necessary that we have people in our life who can not only hold us accountable, but who can guide us along the way. It's so funny because some people look at me and they say, oh, she's been married 5 times. She can't tell me nothing, right? Other people look at me and say, oh, she's been married 5 times. Oh, she know the ins, the outs, the ups, the downs. She probably done made all the mistakes that can be made, right? So if anybody can tell me, what to avoid, it's probably her. Regardless of where you stand on it, this is what I'm going to tell you. You need people in your life who will be honest with you, who will give you an assessment of you and where you are, things that you can do to improve yourself, some strategies that you can use to do the work, because that's what Ruth did. Was she was doing the work. She was doing the work, and she was seen doing the work. And I think that's one of the things we miss. We have people who tell you how to get cute, how to be sexy, how to be seen, but you're not doing the work. So all he sees is cute, sexy, and seen, but he doesn't see the work that you do. You understand what I'm saying? He needs to see the work that you do so that he doesn't want to take you from the work. Okay? So that you all can do work together. And that's why you need to know what your mission is. And he needs to know what his mission is. And you need to see if your missions align. Now, if your missions align, that's a good start, right? That's a good start. But what's next is there chemistry? And that's what we're talking about. Is there something there beyond just a friendship? A friendship is definitely necessary, but is there something there? Is there a spark? Something. Because it is that something, when added to the other dynamics, to take it to the next level. Ruth followed her yellow brick road. And at the end, she got Boaz. They had Obed. And she became a part of the genealogy of Jesus, the Christ, Yeshua, the Messiah, because she followed the yellow brick road. for her destiny. You understand? For hers. Are you following your yellow brick road? Or are you sitting on the side of the road waiting for someone to pick you up like a hitchhiker? Are you sitting on the side of the road, observing the other travelers traveling the road? Are you sitting on the side of the road, waiting to operate in the gifts God has given you, waiting to pursue that kingdom assignment until you get married, until, you know what I'm saying, a man shows up or a woman shows up, or, you know, are you waiting or are you working? Listen, life is too short to not be about your kingdom assignment. And it is when we are about God's business, He is about our business. I promise you, He will not allow it to be in vain. It may not happen exactly when you want it, but I'm going to tell you this. If you stay the course, God will move on your behalf. I'm just trying to help somebody today. I'm just trying to be Naomi for somebody and let you know that not only do you deserve for a Boaz to find you, but you deserve all the things that come with that. You deserve, to be protected. You deserve to be cared for. You deserve, to be sent off, with something, not empty-handed. You deserve that. You deserve that. Men, you deserve to have a woman that looks at you with eyes the way Ruth looked at Boaz. You understand? You deserve a woman who respects you, who admires you. You deserve a woman who is willing and not only willing, but desires to help you fulfill your dreams, your passion, but also can come alongside you and lock arms with you and say, babe, we got this. Babe, we got this. We got this, babe. We can do this. A woman who sees the greater in you and draws it out. Not because you're sitting on the side of the road waiting for her to show up, but because you're doing the work and she sees you doing the work. And she says, okay. He's working. Okay. I see you. I see where you're going. Okay. And can identify where she can be your what? Help meet. She can help meet what you need to take your life, your destiny, and your purpose to the next level, the next dimension, because she is your favor. He who finds a wife finds favor with God. She's your favor. And you want favor and not headaches. You want favor and not fever. You want God's favor. Okay? Now, I don't know who this was for, but listen, y'all, that's what God said. God said, Ruth, I said, okay, because I've learned to follow the yellow brick road. Because I know at the end of the yellow brick road is everything my heart desires, because my daddy loves me like that. You all listen, at this point, at this time in the service, it is your opportunity to give. It is your opportunity to give, to sow seed, to put seed in the ground for your harvest. It's time for that. I can't tell you what to give, but what I'm going to tell you is this. Give like you want to receive. Give like you want to reap. Give like you know God is getting ready to do something amazing based on that seed that you sow. It is time for your tithes and your offerings. It is time to give. Now listen, there is a song, right? Y'all know I love Pastor Mike, right? Y'all know I love Pastor Mike. Well, there's a song, and I know they're going to cut, the sound out on this, on the recording, but I don't care. I need y'all to hear this because this is good. And I'm so glad that Pastor Mike did this song, because this song, this is one that I play to remind me of what it is that I want, what it is that I desire, okay? So hold on, y'all, because listen, I want y'all to hear this because you'll understand. And some people, people have had this whole debate lately about Dwayne and Whitley. But listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, listen, Dwayne and Whitley was relationship goals back in the day, right? So hold on, let me get to it. Let me get to it. Can y'all hear it? Let me know if y'all can hear it. English. I love you. 9. This is Real Love by Pastor Mike Jr. 8. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear. 10. 7. Italian. 10. 6. Spanish. 5. Chinese.
I'm creating a nostalgic classic, something that will last. That Atari, old school cutlass, that new day Madden. Excuse my back end, I'm rebuilding the palace. The world took it, I'm taking it back in. It's simple as ABCs, but I skip over the D, I live with ease. No time for that nonsense, them haters hit them with the cold shoulder. I call it Mayweather, but I'm back for a chance and I wanna make a change. If you love me, tell me that you do the same. And even though we try to say it ain't a thing, if you love me, tell me anyway. I want that real love. If it ain't real, don't bring it to your boy. Don't bring it, don't bring it, don't bring it. You gon' tell me when I'm gone. I'm searching for the truth, I want that real.
That real. Not that Ike and that Tina. The Sinclair and the Overton. The Dwayne and the Whitley. A real type of love. It don't fade. Yes.
Somebody who gon' ride for me, stick to me when the clouds get thick, say they would die for me. And even if the money run low, they won't run out on me. Tell me that you down.
Anybody want that real love? Not just a relationship to have a relationship, not just a marriage to be married, but somebody that's going to stick with you. Somebody's going to be there in the good, the bad, the highs, the lows, the ups, the downs. That real love. Listen, that real love. That real love. That real love. Y'all listen, God desires for us to have real love. And some of us may have found ourselves in relationships and marriages where we thought we had real love, but then things got shaky and, it's like, wait a minute, what happened, right? But if you've missed it in the past, that doesn't mean that you got to give up on real love. Real love exists. It does. It's out there and it's waiting for you, right? Now, it may mean that you got to get on the yellow brick road. It may mean that you got to follow some instructions. It may mean that you have to wait. It may mean that you have to do the work so that you can be seen working, right? But whatever it means, take the journey, because when you find it, ain't nothing like it. And it's so great because we have God to give us the ultimate example of what real love is, right? He's the ultimate example of what real love is. Because he never leaves us nor forsakes us. We're the apple of his eye. Come on, y'all. He shows us. He shows us with the sacrifice of his son. He shows us with, when you look in the Bible is replete of stories where he's showing what that love looks like. He shows the unconditional nature of that love with Hosea and Gomer. That's unconditional love. Now, I ain't telling y'all to go get you a Gomer. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying Hosea's love was a real love. He had real love for her. It was a God love. And while, all the romanticism is great and all of that, oh, I get butterflies, that butterfly could be equated to nausea. Just saying. But y'all, look for real love. But you can't get real love from anyone else until you can first give yourself real love. Embrace you, love you, heal you, mend you. Y'all, listen, we are actually launching our self-love 8-week workshop that is designed to help you get whole and to heal so that you can recognize real love. And if you guys are interested, you want to know more about it, you want to register for it, like we start in another week. Listen, registration is happening now. You need to register quick, and this is the lowest it'll ever be, right? We did a special thing for people. God is just moving in this area. So we did a special thing for people. So if you want to know more about what that special is, let me know and I'll give you the information. I'll send you something so that you can check it out. But I know this is a season for healing. And this is a season for real love. And I don't know about anybody else, but I'm determined to be positioned on that yellow brick road and to follow God's instructions to get me to exactly where he desires for me to be. All right, you guys, listen. With that said, know this. Know that I love you guys to life. I love you to life and life more abundant. Have an absolutely amazing and incredible Sunday. I pray that you heard something that blessed you, something that gave you hope, something that gave you some guidance, and something that renewed and rejuvenated your desire to follow your yellow brick road. Join us here at Passionate Pursuit of Manifested Purposes on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. for our Bible study. Let's get raw, real anointed word, and work the word. That's what we do. We believe in working the word, applying the word to our lives so that it shows up, and people can see God. With that said, know this, know that I love you guys to life and life more abundant. Have an absolutely amazing, incredible, and epic Sunday. Be blessed. Mwah.